Hi. So this is kind of new for me, and it will be new for you. Starting out with my very first YouTube channel and see how it works. I enjoy doing Instagram quite a bit, and I love talking about beer. And I really enjoy the feedback I've been getting from a lot of the folks that choose to follow what I'm doing in my life and what I'm doing on the beer side of things and what I do for a living. So I thought I would go into a little bit of detail about beer. Beer should be fun. I'm a big proponent of making beer fun again. I feel like a lot of beer, we have strayed from the formula to a degree. We should be enjoying ourselves. And that's the whole point of beer. It's social and it's a blast. So I need to drink this in order to chill out in front of a camera. So excuse me.
That's good.
I'm sure you guys are all familiar with Kern River, especially if you love craft beer. Kern River is in Central California at the base of the Sequoia National Park. They are really known for outdoors, and one of the things I love about beer is that it really is connected with the outdoors. Between hiking, rafting, kayaking, camping in general, it's just a big outdoor beverage, especially now that everyone's like rocking the cans nowadays. This one I love specifically because it's Take Me to Church, and I feel outdoors is my church. So that's what they're saying here. Every time they see something awesome or they go over a waterfall or they're like cruising down the river, they're like, church. And I think that's freaking rad. Take me to church. Church is a saying we use out on the river for something truly sublime. For example, kayaking over that waterfall was church. This wonderfully balanced IPA with Mosaic, Citra, and Amarillo hops probably won't absolve you of all your sins, or even any of them. But we still hope you enjoy it. Remember, church is where you find it. Find yours today. That's what I love. Nature is my church. Church. That's it. Outdoor life is definitely my church. That's where I go to chill, and the fact that they have this awesome Take Me to Church IPA, and it's Kern River, which, you know, totally love. So back in about 2004, I got this itch to start homebrewing, and some friends had showed me that you could brew beer in your kitchen, and that's when it was all over. So I took every opportunity on Sundays to be able to, you know, get my ingredients, stop by the local homebrew mart, meet some people there who were huge help in just that education process to begin with. There was something about just walking into a homebrew mart where you have all of these bins full of grain, and you just get in there and just start tasting, and you're like, this is what I imagine my beer to taste like, and getting to know what all these flavor profiles are. At some point I found myself where I was in need of a job or two, and I realized I'm like, I know beer, I can get into beer. And I had this wonderful opportunity to work for several of the breweries here in San Diego. I got to work with San Diego Brewing Company, Karl Strauss. Those guys took a chance on me, and I was able to jump on board with them. I started doing their tours on at Karl Strauss in the downtown location, and some people were like, no, it's fine. Have Jen do the tour. And I was super excited about that because, you know, I love to talk a lot. So to talk about beer and to talk to people that were visiting downtown San Diego that stopped by Karl Strauss because it was a local brewery, kind of a historical mark here, and get a chance to engage with them and share with them. And everybody's like, God, you're so excited about this. You're so passionate about this. And I'm like, I know, like I love what I'm doing. So I went from San Diego Brewing Company to Karl Strauss and got an opportunity to work with Tiger. Same people that own Blind Lady Ale House, Panama 66. They are some fantastic people. Lee Chase is also the brewer, one of the owners for Automatic Brewing Company. These guys are fantastic people, and they really did help shape my direction and my thought process on beer. Meeting all these rad people through San Diego Brewing Company, Karl Strauss, Tiger, Blind Lady Ale House, I got a chance to work over at Ballast Point as well. So there's this wonderful little facility down in Little Italy called, it's their research and development program. So it's their Little Italy location for Ballast Point. They have a 5-barrel brew house. Got a chance to bust out the tours there, develop their draft maintenance program, which is a huge pet peeve of mine. The draft maintenance, you gotta take care of those lines. And we'll get into that further as well during this whole thing. But yeah, I had an opportunity to build that program and then had a chance to go manage. So they hired me to manage Miramar, which is the mothership. So it's 107,000 square feet. It is this amazing, huge brewery and restaurant and tasting room and event site. I mean, there were so many things happening at this place at all times, but I really had a chance to sink my teeth into a management role in the brewing industry. After that, I still do beer education. I get to help out with some other breweries and pubs and restaurants and hang out and talk to their staff and help with any kind of beer education possible. I feel like it's a huge part of what we do in San Diego, and in San Diego we do a lot of things amazing in beer, so we need to make sure that the people that are talking about beer know what the hell they're talking about. And it doesn't mean you have to be a certified Cicerone, you have to be like a beer judge or anything like that, but just knowing how to talk about beer is a huge selling point for anyone. Knowing your product, I mean, it's basic salesmanship right there. Back in, I think it was like 2014, actually, I should say, when I was working at Carl Strauss, I was studying for my certified Cicerone. I was like, I'm gonna get this thing. We started doing some beer education there with our coworkers and getting in, you know, like the nerdy level of stuff. Some people were into it, some people weren't. That's okay, it's not everyone's cup of tea. However, it was pretty rad. So as I was progressing forward with my education, I became a beer server, the Cicerone beer server, and then that level 2, which is their certified Cicerone. So it's just like a little beer nerdism step up right there. When I was working at Ballast Point, I became their first certified Cicerone. That was pretty awesome too. So it was like kind of a fun little, like, you know, thing to say. Like, look, oh, that's what you do. And I'd explain to people what the heck it was. Now people kind of know what it is, but I mean, then it was a little bit more foreign. So I just tell them I'm just a big beer nerd, and that's essentially it, which, you know, is always interesting. A couple years go by and I decided to take the Advanced Cicerone. The Advanced Cicerone is like a 9-hour exam. It's pretty crazy. And we had this group of people that got picked from the lotto from San Diego. So I think it was about 5 of us. And all 5 of us went to this exam and only 1 came out an Advanced Cicerone. It was not me. But I still study and I still try. At some point, I'm sure I will try for it again. However, in the meantime, I'm just gonna keep burying my nose in these books right here and, you know, do all the off-flavor tests and all the off-flavor exams and just read about beer and drink it. You will see me cover a lot of local breweries here in San Diego. If you're curious about something, yeah, let me know, but I try to take care of small business. These are my friends and these are people I enjoy drinking beer from and hanging out with. So I really want to make sure that a lot of the focus is going to be towards these local San Diego breweries that are my friends. Again, this is not local, but they're fantastic and they're great humans. So, you know, you'll see stuff like this too, but I really do try to focus on San Diego. So we'll touch down on some of the bigger breweries that have been around in San Diego, everything from Ballast Point, Green Flash, Carl Strauss, right on up to the smaller breweries that literally just popped up. Like, there's a couple I haven't even been to. Shh, I haven't been there. And I'm trying to make it, guys. I'm trying to make it. But there's a few of them that are brand spanking new and we need to go check them out. All right, so some of the things that you'll be hopefully witnessing is some good content on beer in general. And it's just some basic stuff. We don't have to get all crazy, but that's the fun part about beer. We can go from one angle, like shotgunning a beer in the alley, enjoying a beer after work, to you know, swirling our beer and tasting it and food, and we can really have some fun. So you want to talk SRMs and IBUs, or you're looking at me right now going, what the heck is an IBU or an SRM? I can tell you. I get asked quite a bit about, again, these books right behind me. These are kind of the staples for beer education, and people say, well, what books do you read? What do you recommend to study for these programs? Honestly, it's BJCP all the way, and then of course these books behind me. This guy here, John Palmer, How to Brew, super rad guy. He also was part of making this water book as well. So the water, hops, malt, yeast series is fantastic. But if you want something just to jump into right away, the Tasting Beer by Randy Mosher is pretty killer. So if you're coming to me with absolutely no craft beer knowledge at all, and you're just really curious and want to get into it more, or you already know plenty, I just hope to be just entertaining essentially at this point, because that's what this is for. It is for fun. And hopefully you'll get a little, tidbit about, something new. And hopefully you can share with me something new. If there's any things that you guys want me to cover specifically, definitely shout out, comment, send me an email. A lot of you already know me from Instagram, so if you want to get hold of me that way, that's totally fine. My Instagram is MsBeerCraft, so MS and then BeerCraft. But yeah, follow me on Instagram, check it out, and hopefully this will be enjoyable for everyone. But hopefully you can just drink with me and we can hang out via YouTube. Yeah.